top 100. I present to you the first type of insiders. It is called the top 100. How are we going to get the data of the top 100? And here we go. Step one, we're going to log in to our Spiking Wealth Management platform. Simply go to spiking.com/wealth. This is the default landing page, spiking.com/wealth. So as you can see, once you landed on the default landing page within our software, what we want to really inspire all of our subscribers is the fact that, hey, how come every single day there are stocks spiking like crazy? So for example, right over here, you get to see this stock just spiked up 23.5% in one day, 19.2% in one day, 11.9% in one day. And these opportunities are presented to us every single trading day, Mondays to Fridays. That's mind-boggling. But the question is this: if there are such performances of individual stocks happening in the market every day, how do we find them? How do we find them? This is the overarching question that's on my mind over the last 22 years. And with that, my starting journey, my research started off with the top 100. I'm going to show you how to get access to the data right now. Here we go. We go to the top left-hand corner, and you will see the hamburger menu, the 3 horizontal lines. All right? Click on it, and then you open up the left menu bar. Now, on the left menu bar, there's quite a lot of data going on right here. Wow. So many different data. But we're going to look at investors right here. On the left-hand side, go to investors. Click on the drop-down menu, and you expose the 8 type of insiders that have just gone through with you just now. First, top 100, universal funds, sovereign wealth funds, pension fund, retirement fund, C-suite, CNBC, and politicians. All right? So every single one of them presented right here. So we're going to start off with top 100, and here we go. So right on top 100, this is really fascinating data, because we are truly looking at 3 very important conditions. And the conditions is this: why, teacher, do you curate the top 100 insiders? Because number one, I'm looking for really influential opinion leaders, fund managers that are proven with a track record. So not only must they be influential, they must have a proven track record. And third, and the most important of them all, is what we call the AUM, asset under management, the size of the money that they manage. So right over here, we're going to go through together right now. Here we go. Standing at number 1, where Warren Buffett, $331.4 billion asset under management. Is he influential? Yes. How do you define that? Based on the sheer size of the fund that he's managing. Number 2, Nick Schomer, $180 billion. Number 3, Kenneth Fisher, $137.7 billion. Next, James Simmons, $78.8 billion. Israel Englander, $71.8 billion. Now, that's the reason why we need to curate them, because this list is a dynamic list. The last performing guy in the top 100, we'll kick him out and replace him with the better performing fund manager. We have a very, very dynamic list right here. But I can show you, among the top 90, they remain consistently up there. They are just damn good. All right, consistently up there. It's the bottom 10. Every now and then we may need to tweak and change and update with the latest fund manager. All right. So we're going to go down this list right here and say, wow, there's so many of them. But truly, your most important priority is to memorize their names. I literally tell you to memorize them until it's becoming like second nature. So what I do and how I go about memorizing them is I treat them like my friends. I'm talking to them every night. I say, hey, Kawai Khan, what are you doing right now about McDonald's? I'm just talking to them. I treat them literally like my friend. And this is so important. Because if you can relate to the fund manager and you are having a conversation with him, now he's talking back to you, let me tell you. How? From the data that you're seeing right now. That is how he has a conversation with us. I remind you again, he's not stagnant, he's not static, he's alive. Because the data about each of the fund manager will just keep changing. That is the conversation they have together with us. So this is what we need to do. Every single one of them, from Tiger Global Management, this is really, really big guy. And then we have Starboard, which is an activist investor. And then right over here, very famous lady investor, Kitty Woods. Every single one of them right now, you have the access to the best top 100 insiders on planet Earth. Take a step back. Teacher, I know them, but they do not know me. How do you handle that? Let me tell you. One day, they will know you. You must work towards that. And that is the game plan. They may not know you now. They may not know you enough, but one day they will get to know you. Because why? The way I go about investing is this. I spend a lot of time hanging out with fund managers, with CEOs of public listed companies. I made the first attempt to get to know them. And when you have a conversation with them, it's so easy because you are talking to them every day anyway. So the moment you meet up with them, you already know what to say. You already know what to ask them. That's how they will eventually become your friends. Many of the public companies, the bosses are my friends because I took that step. And by the time we have a conversation, it's so easy. You know, this morning I just met up with a boss of 3 public listed companies. And then we talk about energy, we talk about SGX, we talk about Hong Kong, we talk about so many other different topics, all right? So I want to encourage you, this is a very, very powerful curated list. And now I'm going to dive into the detail. Here we go. So the way we display the data is really, really fascinating, all right? I'm going to spread across my screen so that you're going to see much more than I do. And here we go. All right. And check this out. This is the full screen of my computer monitor. And likewise, I encourage you, when you look at the data, you should make it full screen on your desktop, on your laptop, full screen, all right? So how do we assemble the data? Right over here. This is Warren Buffett. And follow with me on my red box. The first thing, the 331.4 billion, which is right over there, I kind of know already, instinctively, because I've been looking at this data every day. And then I spread across right over here. And this is the very powerful clue. Below cost average. We want to know which of their portfolio companies right now you can buy below their average price. Holy moly. What? You mean, teacher? I can get to buy below Warren Buffett? Yes. And if you get to buy below his price, trust me, old man will protect you because he wants to protect himself first. And as a way, along the way, by the way, he's protecting you because he will not allow the price to keep falling down. He will average down. He will do many, many things. For example, number one, shake up the board of directors. Number two, shake up the management team. That includes firing off an incompetent CEO. And number three, he will pull some strings to do some deals so that the business can enlarge their business. That's what a good investor really does behind the scenes. All right? So when you see something like this, wow, there are 14 stocks that I can buy below Warren Buffett. Go for it. Right? Because after today's presentation, you'll be asking yourself a very, very important question. Oh my God, there's so much things to buy. I don't have enough cash. All right? So that's the challenge. You have to prioritize which are the important ones to really go after. You can't buy everything out there. All right? So we're going to show you a logic behind this sequence. And here we go. We are back to 14. And then I kind of continue my red box right over to here. This is what we call the top activity. Really, really important. It kind of gives you a glance, oh my gosh, how are they deploying their capital each quarter? So you can see right here, Warren Buffett bought 8 new stocks, increased either average up or average down 8 more stocks, sold off and dumped 3 stocks, reduced 4 stocks. There's only 4 possible outcomes: new, increase, sold off, or reduce. So if I click on new, 8, all right, and right over here, you can see the largest new that he bought is this guy called Occidental. Look over here. How much he bought? $6.3 billion. And then, since we see there's 8 of them, how do we see the 8 of them? Right over here, 7 more companies, click. Boom. Right over here. Everything presented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And presented in descending order. What do I mean by that? Look over right here with me. And that is the amount. 9.2 billion, 3.9 billion, 2.6 billion, 1.9 billion, 1.1 billion, 957 million, 556 million, 347 million. In descending order. And straight away, I'll do this. I'll narrow down the first guy. And I spotted something really, really fascinating. I want to see any of them that he acquired is like never done before in the past. I found it Citigroup. And then my eyes will just go and navigate up and down and see, hey, any familiar names, anything else I need to know about? That's how my eyes look at the data. You're looking in this manner, all right? But, you know, you're not going to study every one of them because you only want to pick out the strongest winner for yourself. And that is the choice of selection. So I'm going to click backwards again and then arrive back to the original page where you spotted Occidental, all right? So over here, this is like really, really fascinating data. And of course, you can also click on Increase 8, click on it. And here we go. This is Chevron. Oh my gosh. Chevron, $17.7 billion. Which other companies have increased? There's total 8. I click on the 7 companies here. Boom. And there you go. These are the companies that he have increased, either average up or average down. All right. So again, you look at this column because that is the amount of money he put in for the quarter. And then you draw always the first guy across it. Boom. Your brain starts to connect. Oi. Earlier on, I spotted Occidental, which is an energy stock. Right now, he increased on Chevron, which is also an energy stock. Kind of give us the clue, oh, this is what Warren Buffett is focusing on at this period. And hey, he also put money into Apple, 551 million. This is a stock he has not touched for the last 2 years. And then again, your eyes go up and go down, and you spotted General Motors. But this is like a small change to him, $75.9 million. This is like small money, all right? Typically, I like to look for anything above 1 billion. And that's Activision and Chevron. That's about it, all right? And then I go back again, boom. I click backwards. I'm back to this data point again. So that's how I organize myself, understanding each of the 100 one by one. Now remember, it is not humanly possible to study 2,634 companies. Not possible, all right? And you can see also another trend. Look over here. There are more companies in the red compared than in the green because we are able to detect below average price, all right? You go down here, 4,600 companies in the red and only 2,700 companies in the green. So this is how you kind of pace yourself against all these best performing money managers out there, right? And you can go down and really go and scan through. Another one, this is Citadel, Kenneth Griffin, 7,246, he's in the red, and then only 3,100 in the green, all right? So you go down, continue, go down, press on, go down, and right over here, I'm going to show you another interesting candidate. Holy moly, and we go right over here. This is Katie Woods, 212 companies in the red, and only 43 companies in the green, all right? So generally, what do you feel when you look at this data? You say, oh, okay, right now, looks like every one of them just holding their fort. We have a difficult market at this moment, it's volatile, but they are hanging on with their position, all right? They are not going to sell off everything tomorrow. Let me tell you, they don't behave that way. This is the behavior of the really big giants, having confidence about the future. Now, I'm right here at Warren Buffett. I'll show you one more step. And this is, you simply go and click on his name right over here. All right, click on his name right over there. Boom. And we're going to give you a breakdown of his entire portfolio. That's how organized the data is, all right? So straight over here, you scroll down, and you can see, holy moly, he has a portfolio of only 50 stocks. This is the unique investment strategy of Warren Buffett. Every fund manager is different. Some fund managers manage about 3,000 stocks, some 100 stocks, some 4,000 stocks, some 20 stocks, some only 10 stocks. Everyone is different, all right? But what you want to study is this column right here. Holy moly. And guess what? There's one stock that is occupying 40% of Warren Buffett's entire net worth. Woo! Which company is that? So straight off, horizontally, you move across right there. And that's none other than Apple. So, what have you learned from here? There's no such thing as a well-diversified portfolio among the top 100. They have one or two that they really focus on, zoom in for the Q, that will help them make a big proportion of their money. So in the case of Warren Buffett, that candidate is none other than Apple. All right? So every fund manager will have a favorite stock. Apple happens to be the favorite stock of Warren Buffett. How do we know? 40% allocation of his entire capital is found right here in Apple. And then from here, how do we kind of connect the dots? I look for related companies in the related sector. So right over here, this is 8.77, energy stock Chevron. Occidental right over here, 2.99, 8.77, all right? So these two are related. Now, if I do the same for banking sector, here we go. Bank of America, 11% of his portfolio. American Express, right over there, you can see US Bank Corp and Bank of New York Mellon. So how do we look at the data is in a way trying to connect. Hey, Mr. Buffett, what is your focus? Which sector? Which sector are you very, very hot on the heels right now? So I'm going to show you the secret. Here we go. Go and click on step number 2, insiders. And once you're into the insiders, here we go. Holy moly. You realize that, oh my gosh, Warren Buffett put in $41.7 billion of cash to work in Q1 2022, right? Right over there, you can see. This is really fascinating because we got an entire historical data of Warren Buffett. How do I do it? Go and click on filter right over there. And then you can look at Q4 2021. And what do we see? He only put in $3.6 billion. Continue. Q3 2021. What do we see? He only put in $1.2 billion. Continue. Q2 2021. He put in less than $1 billion, $552 million. Q1 2021, continue. He only put in $2.4 billion. So over the past 1 year, this guy has never exceeded $5 billion. And out of nowhere, this year, Q1 2022, he decided to sink in $41.7 billion. Wow. Wow. And the first question we ask ourselves is, hey, did old man just change his behavior? He has never behaved like this. I mean, he's averaging about 2 billion, and boom, 40 billion. What's going on? Is this a signal to us that perhaps the market hit a bottom? Is this a signal to us that perhaps Warren Buffett discovered that there's really very, very cheap stocks around because he's famous for value investing? And this is where our data can help you, right? Because we get to see which companies invest with the $41 billion in Q1, right over here. Every single one of it shown right here. Boom. And we can kind of play around with the data from Chevron, right? And you move it down. I'm going to show you where my eyes are looking at. One more time. Here we go. Chevron, my eyes are looking at here. $17.7 billion. Then I go to the second guy, Occidental, $6.3 billion. And I just kind of move it down. Third guy, 3.8 billion, 3.7 billion, 3.3 billion. And you just keep navigating up and down. And straight away, you can see how Warren Buffett prioritized his investment allocation. It is clearly into energy stocks. Is old man accurate? Yes, damn accurate. All the energy stocks right now are all-time high. How the heck he knew it? Let me tell you the answer. Because he has more than 50 years of wisdom, accumulated wisdom. That's the reason why investing is a game of acquiring wisdom. And the longer you stay in the market, you acquire more and more wisdom. So he's gone through 50 years of wisdom, and today, every single one of us can model after him. How many of you are excited about this idea? Please wave your hands. Wow. Right? So you have right now access to the data. You also have access to his strategy. Because strategy is just boils down to his allocation of stocks. Which one he put more money, which one he put less money. So this is how our data can help you. All right? So I kind of gone through Warren Buffett using this as an example to show you the power of the top 100 insiders. All right? This is really, really fascinating work. And we're going to kind of take it slow. And by the time I come back to the original part of the data, which is right over here, boom. All right? So we are back to our top 100. And please feel free, go and play around with it. And typically, always focus on the latest, largest. This is what I focus on. No point looking for the number 2, number 3. Every fund manager will have one top priority. So for Warren Buffett, Occidental. For Nick Schomer, Apollo Asset Management. For Kenneth Fisher, Royal Dutch Shell, another energy stocks. For James Simmons, semiconductor chip AMD. All right? And you can go on, so many of them. So truly the starting point for you at the beginning of your journey is to make friends with the top 100. Know what they are focusing on so that these names become common conversation. These names is like second nature to you. All right? And that is the beauty of the top 100. Wow.